Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another FPL video. In this one, I'm gonna be first going to announce that I've changed or rebranded my name and logo. The reason being, when I started this channel a few months ago, the name I had in my mind was All Things FPL. And that's because I was gonna talk about all things fantasy football. And a couple of months down the line, you can see similar names around with other content creators in the community, and which is fair enough. I've changed the name to FPL Trinity now. So for those who have followed me from my days when I started creating videos, you would have seen that my social media handle on Twitter and Instagram has always been FPL Trinity, and I'm also known by FPL Trinity among some of my friends in the community. So I thought, why not I change the name of my channel? So that's exactly what I've done now. So I've changed it from All Things FPL to FPL Trinity. All the contents, everything that I do discussing FPL on this channel remains the same. It's just that the logo, nothing fancy. It's just, just a simple logo, and just change the name. So that is all it is. I thought I'd just let you guys know as you are listening to my videos. So now let's jump on to the real FPL talk, and that is the first thing I'm going to do is look at my GW7 team. I did Wildcard, and I'll come to that shortly. Let's jump into it. So GW7 was kind of a weird one for me. There was this rumor that Ronaldo was not going to start in GW7, and that created all the panic within the community, within Twitter, and all that. And in the final moments of the deadline, just I would say a couple of minutes before the deadline, I hit the wildcard button. I had few players in my mind that I would bring into my team if I were to wildcard in GW7. And if you have checked out my previous video, I did mention that in case of emergency, if there is something that I can't fix in my team and I have to take a lot of hit, then I will activate my wildcard. And that's exactly what I did just a couple of minutes before, which I will never recommend to do. I will never do that, but I have already done my transfer. Again, if you have watched my previous video, I've done Bamford to Jimenez. So that was one free transfer that I had. And the next move, I took a hit, took a -4, and I got in Rafinha for Jota. So that was another move. So I've already taken -4. And then a few minutes before deadline, I'm getting these rumors that Ronaldo is not going to start, and he was my captain for that week. And suddenly I panicked. I can't take another -8 to bring in Lukaku, who was obvious choice for that game week. So I decided, okay, I'm going to get Lukaku in. I'm going to do wildcard. I'm going to bring in few other players into my team. So that's what I did. It was crazy. It was I did hit my wildcard button. I was actually planning on doing wildcard during this international break, now that we have few weeks before the next game week, which is game week 8. You have plenty of time. If you guys have already hit the wildcard button, it's only a good thing, because you have few weeks to tinker with your team and catch all the price rises, etc. But we'll talk about that, because I don't think we will have sort of massively different team to what I have currently, which I have wildcarded in game week 7. So yeah, like I said, it was crazy. Game week, I scored 54 points. As you can see, I played my wildcard, and this 54 points in a normal game week after you have done a wildcard seemed not a lot, but this game week it was a lot. If you look at the average points, it's around 38 points this game week, and I got 54 points. So if you look at the game week rank of 578k, which is really good. In a normal game week, you would usually get 1 million, 2 million rank. So what it has done to my overall rank is it shot me up from 68k to 29k. So that's what the wildcard has done for me in this game week, which is fantastic. This is also my highest recorded rank so far, 29k, because since I started playing a few years ago, the best finish I had is 30k, a bit more high up than 30k at the moment, which is which is good for me at this time of the season. So overall points of 489. The margin of points at this moment is really tiny. So if you have taken a hit, for example -4, you could drop like 20k. For example, and similarly, if your mate is on 491 points, maybe he's already in top 10k. Difference in points, it is at the moment, but as the game week goes on, I think that gap will be closed. In terms of who scored most points, I think I'm glad I went with Aspie and Rudiger. So I went with double Chelsea, even though they didn't keep a clean sheet. That's because those who watched the game would know Chilwell gave away the penalty. Otherwise, I think Chelsea would have kept a clean sheet there. So it was the right choice going with double Chelsea, but Aspie came out with 2 assists, so 10 points. So I'm happy with that. And then Ramsdale in goal. On my wildcard, I kept Sanchez. So if you can see here, yep. So Sanchez I kept on my wildcard. I know it is. You have 4.5 million goalkeepers in my team now, but the thing is, you are not going to wildcard until the next 10 or 15 game weeks. So, and Ramsdale, even though he's keeping his place at the moment, and Arsenal have got good run of fixtures to keep a clean sheet, I thought if he's dropped, I don't have to make another goalkeeper transfer, and therefore I kept Sanchez, who is now 4.6, but when I bought him he was 4.5, so I thought I'd just better keep him. So I just kept him. I think it's a good choice because you saw, if you've seen the match, Brighton against Arsenal, Brighton was really tight at the back. They still got in them to keep a clean sheet at home, whoever they're playing at home, right? So that's exactly what happened. Sanchez also kept a clean sheet. Ramsdale also kept a clean sheet. So 6 points on my bench. Nothing to worry about. I can bring him on, so I can rotate with Ramsdale based on their fixtures. So that's the plan. So for example, if I just show you quickly here, if you look at fixture, like in game week 12, Ramsdale is playing Liverpool away, so I don't want to play him that game. If I look at Sanchez 12, he's playing Aston Villa away, so slightly better fixture for Sanchez. So that's the idea of having these two goalkeepers. I went with Cancelo as my Man City defender. There was a lot of love for big at the back and City and Chelsea defenders. I just went with just one from City, and I went for Cancelo. He didn't get a point, which is fine because he was playing Liverpool. I wasn't expecting a lot, and unfortunately got a yellow card and considered 2 goals, so it's just 0 points. I'm not too worried. Happy to have him for the next few game weeks, starting with Burnley in game week 8. Hopefully he starts. I think the thing with Cancelo, also he's risen in his price yesterday, by the way. It's 6.2 now. The thing with Cancelo is he can play either on the right or on the left, so there's always a chance that he could continue to play. In midfield, Salah, again, what a game that was. Salah won the goal, and he got a brace, got an assist and a goal, 13 points. Very well done to those who have gone with Salah as captain. Personally, I think going against Salah was still the right choice because he's playing he's playing Man City, and yeah, fair enough, he got a brace, but overall how many people have captained Salah, it was really low, right? So this was a week where you would avoid captaining Salah, but because of the quality of Liverpool, quality of the player, he got a brace. And Rafinha blanked. I was hoping that he would get something against Watford game, but it was disappointing to see him getting just 3 points, but fair enough, he's got good fixtures from game week 8, so I'm going to be keeping him. Happy with Rafinha. Saka, again, I went with Saka on my wildcard team. It was between Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe. Looking at the match, yes, Emil Smith-Rowe looked a bit more threatening in that match, but if you look at the stats, So that's the sort of thing you look at between your eye test and stats. So looking at stats, Saka is way ahead of Emil Smith Rowe. Yes, he costs a little more than Emil Smith Rowe, but I think Saka going forward would be a better option. I'm gonna keep him for a few game weeks and see how it goes. They still got Crystal Palace at home, and they got Watford at home. So there are a couple of matches at home which I want to keep him for, and then I will see whether I need to take him out. Sarr, I kept him on my wild card because he was playing Leeds, and I was hoping he would come out with something. But Watford was dreadful, and Sarr was also dreadful. He's someone I could actually take out this game week. I've got one free transfer. If possible, I want to keep one transfer, but it's not emergency. I don't need to take Sarr out. He's playing Liverpool at home, but I think Liverpool will be without Alisson because he's away playing for Brazil. So there is a chance someone else is in goal, and Watford also got a new manager now. So there could be a manager bounce with Watford, although their fixtures, like I said, is not favorable for them to get any returns. Like I said, I could keep him, but that's something, a decision I need to make closer to the Game Week 8 deadline. Antonio blanked against he blanked against Brentford. Brentford obviously played very well, but I'm not too worried. He's done enough in the past few game weeks to keep him, so I'm gonna keep him for a few more game weeks, probably until Game Week 10, and then reassess after Game Week 10. Lukaku was my captain. He blanked, and yeah, I mean, he was highly captained. You would expect him to score against Southampton. He did actually hit the post towards the end of the game. He could have had a goal, and yeah, not too worried about him. He's myself, I'm a Chelsea fan, and as you can see on the fan league, I was hoping he would come good in that game, but I'm not too disappointed. They still got a lot of good fixtures coming up. Not too worried. Jimenez, again, he was the star of this game week, really. I mean, he got 10 points. He's still really low on 6.1%. I'm expecting that to go up slightly. Jimenez got 2 assists and got a couple of bonus points as well. So yeah, if you want to save money, you can go for the other guy, or if you for me, in my opinion, I think Jimenez is the best option, even though he is slightly more expensive than Hobang, but that's my opinion. On my bench, I had, like I said, Sanchez 6 points. Veltman, I still kept Veltman from my previous stream because I didn't really see a lot of 4.3s or 4.4s. I mean, there is Arsenal players, like you can go for Ben White, you can go for Duffy as well, but I had Veltman. I bought him for 4.5, so he's dropped to 4.4 now, so I just thought I'd just keep him. Then Brownhill I kept as well. Again, this fifth midfield position is not gonna be so important. I just need someone who can play 90 minutes, and so I just kept Brownhill. Livramento I kept as well. Bought him for 4 million, I think, and he's gone up now in price, so I just kept him, and actually got a fantasy assist, so he got a 4 points against Chelsea, which is great. And he's got some good fixtures, so he's someone good to have on your bench, like as a first sub. My early thoughts for Game Week 8, I have one free transfer, and like I said, I could bring Sarr. I could take Sarr out for someone like Foden, who is looking good. He's got a goal as well against Liverpool, and if he continues to start, and I think they're playing Burnley next game week, so I think he could be a good option. You can also go for Grealish if you want. Both are looking good. For Game Week 8, because they are playing Burnley, and City always scores against Burnley, and scores a lot of goals actually. So that is one option I have. The other option is obviously in my wildcard I took Trent out, so I could bring him back. I have 2.3 million in the bank, so I could even take Asby out. I know it's crazy after he scored a couple of assist points, but I could go straight to Trent, 8.3 million in the bank, or like I said, I can take Sar out for Foden. Another player I like for Game Week 8 is Son. Obviously, if I had time to wildcard in Game Week 7, I would have tried to skew Son into my team, because he's 10 million. It's quite expensive to bring into the team. So if I search for Son, he let's say I take Zara out for Son, so I need 1.5 million, and I'm not going to be taking a hit right after I done my wildcard. Doesn't make sense. So it might be a few weeks until I try and bring Son back into the team. So for those who are wildcarding this game week, there is an opportunity to bring him into your team. But he's playing Newcastle away, which is a good fixture. But after that, he's playing West Ham away again, and then United at home, Everton away. So you could possibly wait until game week 12 to bring Son in, because after that they have great run of fixtures. So that's the time that I'll be looking to bring him in. But obviously, if you want Son in, and if you want Trent as well in your team, then you will have to make some sacrifice in your team in terms of who you want to take out of your team. So if I take Alexander, if I bring Alexander-Arnold back into my team, so I've got Trent back in now, and of course Son, again, you have to make up 3 million to afford both Trent and Son in your team. So that means you would need to take Antonio out, but you only go 4.7 million in the bank, which is, you know, you won't get a lot of good strikers for that money. You could take Lukaku out, but again, he's got a good fixture until about game week 12. Yeah, actually, I can actually see people taking Lukaku out around that time of and bring Son in if you want both of, because if you take Lukaku out, you get 8.7 million. You will still have couple of options. You can go for Tony, for example, and you still can have a lot of money in your bank to upgrade your midfielders or defenders. Used to go 2.4 million in the bank. So there are ways to get Son back into the team, which I'll be looking at. And if you are wildcarding at the moment, then yeah, there is more flexibility in your team to bring in Son and keep Trent in your team. So that's my thought. The video has extended to more than 15 minutes, which I didn't want to do actually. I want to try and keep it short, but there was I just had to go through my thoughts on wildcard and players transfers for game week 8. So I will be going through the team before the deadline, which is still 2 weeks away. So it's going to be international break. Hopefully you guys also take a break from FPL, or you can keep tinkering with your team if you have hit that wildcard button and activated the chip. A quick look at the mini league standings for game week 7. This is All Things FPL Mini League. The code is on the screen, guys, if you want to join. We had a few more joining the Mini League this game week as well, which is fantastic. We now have around 12 offers in this Mini League. So please join the Mini League, and it's free to join. And there will be some prizes for those who finish at the top of this Mini League. I'm not going to be changing the naming of my Mini League. I'm going to keep it the same. So it's going to be All Things FPL Mini League, and it will remain the same. So in the first place is Kathrik United, Sanjay Khatri. I think he is someone who's joined recently, and he is now top of this league. And myself, I've got it into a second position with 489 points, so a difference of around 7 or 8 points with Sanjay at the moment. In third position, we have Gary Hallett with 488 points, and in fourth place is Gerardo Marin with 487 points. And Chelsea Dream Team, looks like he's also a Chelsea fan, just like me, and he's in fifth position with 467 points. So I just read out top 5 in this mini league, and I'll be giving a shout out to top 5 every game week. All the best, guys, and I will probably come back with another video, discuss some of the wildcard options, or we'll be doing a team preview for game week 8 closer to the deadline. And until then, it's a goodbye from me, guys.